I think, like, here's what I like, and this is also, again, like, I'm all about bringing manufacturing and jobs back here to the US. Like, Intel is investing $20 billion into a facility in New Albany, Ohio, but it's not going to start producing components to 2025. And I think that, again, like, for any entrepreneur out there right now, I think if there's a way for you to design something, like to have it built here in America, like, take these times right now when it comes down to the supply chain issues and the port backups and everything else out there. A lot of that is eliminated if you can manufacture it here in the United States. And I think that that is what, there's a great opportunity out there for people who are looking to get into business for themselves right now, who may be able to manufacture this stuff. Again, I don't know the numbers. I can't sit out here and talk specifics, but quality products made here in America, there is going to be a massive opportunity for that here over the next couple of years. And I think if there's a way for you to do this, this is a way to start looking into it. Because again, and that's like the next article that we're going to talk about as well, kind of touches base on some of this stuff. And it's like, I mean, I see that, I talked about this a while ago about the shift to bringing stuff down to Mexico and everything else and how that could kind of alleviate some of it. But I also feel like, again, I think we've reached a point, Eric, where is it even worth offshoring some of this stuff and sending these manufacturing jobs to foreign countries when the delays and everything else don't seem to like be going away? Where if you look at it from a cost per unit perspective on the delays and everything else, and they sit in the ports, and then there's demurrage fees and everything else that keep compiling up, is it really that much cheaper than it would be just to manufacture it here and have a direct line of transportation out there? I think that that's something to look into.
Yeah. Whether it's chips, and I think chips are interesting because it's not just that it's a high value good that maybe we should decide, as a country is a good, kind of like high quality manufacturing job to be involved in. There's also national security issues, right? Like
Yes.
more than shoes, more than tablecloths, which are not national security issues. Having the
Yes.
ability to be able to control the manufacture of chips going forward is obviously ultimately hugely important. So, um, you know, I I sort of disagree with the notion that we need to like sort of bring everything back to America. I think
Okay.
there's certain industries that make a heck of a lot of sense to bring
Okay.
to sort of relocate or maybe to move to Mexico. The problem is, and it's not, and we'll get into this maybe after the next article, but um, it's not just that it's desire or it would make sense to have it based here or the unit economics make sense to have it based here. There's these logistics networks that have been built not just in China, right? It's not just about China.
Yeah,
It's about
for sure.
almost every country in the world that has
Mhm.
any sort of manufacturing base. There's logistics networks that have built and evolved and matured that we internally would have to sort of recreate, because our logistics network is very trucking, outbound, you know, DC to store, DC to,
Yeah.
kind of final mile delivery oriented. It's not to say we can't do it. Obviously, we can do anything, right? We have the
Exactly.
capability to do everything, right? But um, I think one of the things that's underestimated is how sophisticated the logistics networks
For
from
sure.
manufacture to, right. That's
Yeah.
that would be the only caveat I have there. And
Yeah. And
like,
that's, and that's the thing. We don't have to agree on everything. You bring
of
up some
course
very
not.
valid
That'd be
points
boring.
there.
That'd be boring
Yeah,
if we agreed on everything. So
exactly, man.